Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodha Nandana Vrajadana Ranjan Yamuna Tiravana Chari Yashodha Nandana Vrajadana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravana Chari Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Gauranitai Jaya Gauranitai Jaya Radha Madhava Radhe Radhe Jaya Radha Rasa Bihari Radhe Jai Jagannath Jai Baludeva Jai Subhadra Jai Jagannath Swami Jai Jagannath Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subhadra Jagannath Swami Nayana Patagami Baba Tume Jaya Balagopal Jaya Balagopal Jaya Balagopal Jaya Guru Parampara Jaya Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Gurudev Nitai Gaur Hari Bol Hari Bol हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय जगद्गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णवा वृंद की जय निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा. So wishing all of you a very very happy Krishna conscious New Year 2024. So our new year is being started by Sita Rani Mataji. She is going to drown us the first class on the new year, drown us in transcendental nectar from nectar of devotion. Very grateful to Mataji. Let's welcome her grace Sita Rani Mataji. We're loudly chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And the devotees are requested to switch on the cameras. That is a new rule. Ashish Prabhu is coming in all the sessions. And Ashish Prabhu is saying, the new rule is we have to switch on the camera. Otherwise, we are not attending the session. So as much as possible, please, I would request devotees to switch on your cameras. At least when you're reading, when you're raising your hand, when the class ends, at least those times, please switch on your cameras. I understand that we cannot keep on switching on our cameras throughout the session. Whenever possible, please do switch on your cameras. All right? Hare Krishna. Over to you, Mataji. Dandat pranams.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Wish you all a very, very happy Krishna conscious New Year. Mataji has given me a very big responsibility. I don't know to what level I'm going to satisfy her, but we'll try our best, yeah, to at least get something from, we are studying nectar of devotion. So some devotional qualities, some devotional attitude, if we can inculcate in ourselves using these sessions, so that will be very, very helpful. That is the only reason why all these sessions are being conducted. Yeah, so thank you so much, Mataji. Let us start with the prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmiritam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamsha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी निति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देश तारिणे हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधो जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। Hare Krishna. So somebody wants to recite our usual prayers of the Shad Goswamis. I'll just share the screen. Please go ahead and read it, recite it. Yes. Anybody wants to sing it? Please raise your hands. Devotees can raise your hands to sing. Yes, Medhavini Mataji, you can go ahead because nobody is raising hand. Yes, Mataji, please.
नानाशास्त्रविचारणैकनिपुणौ सधर्मसंस्थापकौ लोकानां हितकारिणौ त्रिभुवने मान्यौ शरण्याकरौ राधा कृष्ण पदारविन्दभजना नन्देन मट्टालिकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ वन्दे रूपसनातनौ रघुयुगौ श्रीजीवगोपालकौ। I'll read the translation also, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
I offer my respectful obeisances unto the 6 Goswamis, namely Shri Sanatana Goswami, Shri Rupa Goswami, Shri Raghunatha Bhatta Goswami, Shri Raghunatha Dasa Goswami, Shri Jiva Goswami, and Shri Gopala Bhatta Goswami, who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures with the aim of establishing eternal religious principles for the benefit of all human beings. Thus, they are honored all over the three worlds, and they are worth taking shelter of, because they are absorbed in the mood of the gopis and are engaged in the transcendental loving service of Radha and Krishna. NOD dedication. Thank you, Mother. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. So, I hope this prayer has been elaborately discussed maybe in the first session. But whenever we recite this particular verse or even any verse of the Shadagoswami Ashtakam, every word is so very meaningful. So here also when it says that these all six Goswamis who are very expert in scrutinizingly studying all the revealed scriptures. Yeah. So what has been given to us, which we call it as Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu or the nectar of devotion. So where has this nectar come from? Because all these Shad Goswamis, they have studied the scriptures so in depth that they could really live into that. They are absorbed in the mood of the gopis, it says. So they are so much absorbed in the devotional service to the Lord that automatically that rasa, they could relish the rasa, and they were so exalted that they are ready to give away that rasa to very insignificant souls like us. And that is why they can give us the summary study of all the scriptures which they are reading. And only those things they are presenting to us, which are very, very important for us to make progress in our devotional service. Yeah. So that is how we are very fortunate to have the association of these, to have the association of devotees who are giving us this nectar which is flowing through Guru Shishya Parampara, right from Rupa Goswami. We all are Rupanugas. We are following in the footsteps of Srila Rupa Goswami. Yeah. And most early on these, maybe on the first day of the new year, we should be very grateful and thankful to Srila Prabhupada, who has, without any other motivation, he has given up everything, even his peaceful life, even his children, even his wife, his everything he has sacrificed just to give this nectar, just to present all this nectar to us, so that we can take benefit of it and we can also do progress in our devotional life. So let us all pray to Srila Prabhupada today that this coming year, the entire year, we will read, we will hear, and we will follow all the processes of 9 processes of devotional service, and we'll try to minimize all the other material, the things which are hazardous or which are the blocking the path of our devotional service. We'll try to remain away from all those things. Let us make this one resolution for the year and move ahead with our chapter today. So let us start with our chat. Actually, it is not the start of the chapter. We have already started. So we are going to end that chapter today. We are going to complete that chapter today. The chapter number 14, called the devotional qualifications. Is my screen visible properly? Font and all is okay, or should I increase the font?
Little bit, you have to increase little bit, Mataji.
Increase, just let me know if this is sufficient.
Yes, Mataji. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So we will see the entire chapter summary at the end of the session. So today we are going to start from para number 12. Actually, this paragraph 12 from the Nectar of Devotion chapter 14 is already covered yesterday or maybe on Friday by Prabhuji. But still, because the coming all paragraphs are in connection with that particular para, we will start with that particular para. So what I have done here is that whatever shloka comes in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, I have colored it as red. The translation of that shloka, I have marked it in blue. And whatever is there in the book presented by Srila Prabhupada, that is there in this document in the black. So we are not skipping anything. The entire chapter, our part, we are going to read completely, thoroughly, and we are going to understand all the aspects explained herein. So let us start today, where actually this chapter tells us what is not a part of devotional service, what is not the anga or the limb of devotional service. Okay, that means some factors which people consider to be very essential part of the performance of the devotional service, that those parts are not because of which the devotional service is like that. That means some aspects which we feel that if we don't perform such particular thing, we are not a devotee. But rather, when we try to perform devotional service, all these different qualifications, they automatically manifest in the devotees. So we don't have to specifically endeavor to inculcate those qualities in us. Just like taking a bath every day. Even if till now we were not used to, suppose we are not used to taking, because we are staying in a very cold place, we don't want to take a bath every day, people try to or it is told to take bath twice a day and we are just taking it once a day. So what will happen is that once we start performing devotional service, because we are about to cook for Krishna, because we are about to do some deity worship, because we are about to perform so many devotional activities, that part of cleanliness automatically gets inculcated in us. So we don't have to specifically go out of our bhakti path and endeavor to inculcate those values in us, but those will manifest automatically when we start performing devotional service. Okay, so when we say devotional service, Prabhupada never mentions bhakti as devotion. If you have read Prabhupada's books, if you have heard our different sessions on any of the topics, never is bhakti referred to as devotion. Bhakti is always referred to as devotional service, because when you say devotion, it is just a theoretical part. Reading something. Okay, what are the processes of devotional service? Hearing, chanting, this, go ahead. When you read it, when you hear about it, that is just one aspect. But when you perform those things, when you serve Krishna using those aspects, that becomes devotional service. So devotional service or bhakti is never theoretical. Bhakti is always a practical aspect. Therefore, serving Krishna with devotion is the most essential part of bhakti. Therefore, once we start performing this devotional service, when we say bhakti, when we start performing devotional service, all these qualities which are mentioned in this chapter, they automatically get manifested. Therefore, we don't have to externally, explicitly go and endeavor to get those qualities in us. They will automatically come. Okay, so let us see what are those qualities. So today we are going to study from para 12. This is the verse. What I was thinking is not to read the verse. We will read the translation of the verse. Some verses are very important. We'll read the verse also. But for some verses, let us read only the translation. It's not necessary to read the entire Sanskrit verse. Please raise your hands to read. Krishnamurti Prabhuji, please read from your discrimination and other material qualities.
Hare Krishna
This
Mataji.
is verse 260 from Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Yes, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Discrimination and other material qualities cannot be considered as angas of Uttama Bhakti, since they spontaneously take shelter of the excellent condition of persons practicing Uttama Bhakti. Shall I read that?
Yes, 2
Krishna
minutes.
can.
You have to read after 2 minutes, Prabhuji. We will read 2 to 3
Okay,
paragraphs. These are all
okay,
small paras. So
okay,
maybe you
Mataji.
can continue, but after just 2 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah?
Mataji.
So
Okay, Mataji.
yes. So what Srila Rupa Goswami is trying to tell over here is that discrimination and other material qualities, discriminating between a good and a bad activity, a good and a bad quality, a good and a bad person, or any quality which we feel that this is in the mode of goodness, that we did not need, that is not a part of as an anga or a compulsory part of performing Uttama Bhakti. That will automatically get inculcated once you become. So, all these qualities we can see in the practicing devotees. I'm not talking even of about the pure devotees. If we talk about pure devotees, they are completely like a mango without the cover, right? Pure sweetness. But we, the practicing devotees, the sadhakas, the sadhana bhaktas, even when we see such devotees who are sincerely practicing their Krishna consciousness, only by looking at them we can feel the purity of those particular people, right? So there are so many things, no? Like, just if I give you an example, that suppose there is an incident which is happening, somebody comes and bangs your car while driving. So when it is a normal person, what is the natural tendency? Just to come out and blash and give bad words and pick up a very bad fight, and all those things will come. But what happens in case of a devotee? He is very, maybe that anger will come, but expression of anger becomes in a different way, right? So that politeness is there. that humbleness is there, even though that fight or that argument will be there, but the method of arguing with the person changes, right? That is the quality which will automatically manifest in the devotees. But you can immediately after, by looking at them, you can see that, oh, this is a good person, right? But that quality, even if there is a good person, it may or may not say that he is a devotee. But a devotee, he always becomes a good person. So these qualities will automatically come in the Uttama Bhakti. Okay, yes, Prabhuji, please read. You have to read 2 paragraphs. This is the first one.
Hare Krishna Mataji. A
Yes.
Krishna conscious person, being naturally purified, has no need of developing any other purificatory process of thought or action. On account of his being highly elevated in Krishna consciousness, he has already acquired all the good qualities and is following the rules and regulations prescribed for the mystic yogic process. Such rules are automatically practiced by the devotees.
Yes.
A
Just
con-
like getting up very early in the morning, Brahma Murta, right? Performing all the processes of devotional service, like chanting the names of Krishna, doing meditation, which we do in the form of chanting only, or doing deity worship, early morning getting up and doing deity worship. All these things, these are automatically practiced by a devotee. We don't have to leave the house, go into the jungle, sit in a lonely place to practice all these things. Even while staying in the position which we are, we can still do those things. Yes, Prabhuji, one more.
A concrete example is the quality of non-violence, which is considered a good qualification. A devotee is naturally non-violent and therefore does not have to practice non-violence separately. Some people seek purification by joining a vegetarian movement, but a devotee is automatically a vegetarian. He does not need to practice separately in this matter or to join any society for vegetarians. He is automatically a vegetarian. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you, Madhuji. So once you start practicing devotional service, devotional life, Krishna consciousness, automatically will give up eating non-veg food, give up eating eggs, give up killing animals unnecessarily. Even when we see devotees, they don't even kill the cockroaches in the house. They practice of just lifting them and throwing them out instead of killing them, right? They don't use good night. They use the nets for sleeping. These good qualities will automatically come, just like a quality of non-violence. So every devotee automatically becomes non-violent. But that is not the reverse case. Every non-violent person is not a devotee, right? So being a non-violent person is a necessary condition for devotional life, but not a sufficient condition. If you are non-violent, it doesn't make you a devotee. But as soon as you become a devotee, so-called devotee by just practicing, not a pure devotee, but still those qualities will automatically manifest. Then next shloka, we can just read the translation. No need of reading the this thing. Yes, Rohini Mataji, you can read. You have to also read the next few paragraphs after that.
Pranam Mataji.
Then
Basic rules of conduct, rules of cleanliness, and other desirable qualities and actions appear automatically in those who are extremely dedicated to Krishna. Thus, they also are not included as angas of bhakti.
what do you mean by angas of bhakti? Why are they not considered as limbs of bhakti? The limbs of bhakti are those points which should just like clearly mention it, that this is a requirement of bhakti, this is a requirement of bhakti, but you should be clean. It need not be written as a in a bold-faced thing that okay, for performing bhakti you should be clean. No, that is for granted. You have to be clean if you want to perform bhakti, is it not? So that is, these things are not to be mentioned explicitly, but they are considered to be the part of bhakti in itself, right? Such as good conduct, rules of cleanliness, and other qualities list. Mataji, please read ahead. Just first paragraph you read, Mataji.
There are many other instances showing that a devotee need not practice anything but Krishna consciousness. All the good qualities of the demigods automatically develop within him. Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12.
So this is there in Srimad Bhagavatam. Is my screen still visible or is it changing? What is happening?
No, it's visible.
It is visible. Just 1 minute. Yeah. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, there is one shloka, very nice shloka. Yashyasti bhaktir Bhagavati Akinchana Sarva Gunair Tatra Samasate Suraha. So all good qualities automatically manifest in the devotees. But for those who are non-devotees, these good qualities are very rare to be seen. How many people are there who are not spiritual? I'm not saying only in Krishna consciousness. Their beliefs can be different. But if they are following spirituality, automatically we can see that humbleness, that cleanliness, everything in them. But some people, we can directly point out and say, oh, there is no spiritual touch to this person, right? Because these qualities will not manifest into them so easily. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
Those who are intentionally practicing to be vegetarians or to become non-violent may have good qualifications by a material estimation, but these qualifications are not sufficient to make them devotees.
Yes. Next.
A vegetarian is not necessarily a devotee, nor is a non-violent person, but a devotee is automatically both vegetarian and non-violent. We must conclude, therefore, that vegetarianism or non-violence is not the cause of devotion.
No, it's not the cause of devotion. You have not become a devotee only because you are non-violent, only because you are a vegetarian. But it is a side effect of devotion, you can say. Yeah, a side effect of devotional life. You become devotee, it will automatically come. Yes, let us go ahead. Somebody else can read now. Sudha Mataji, please go ahead. Just the
Hare Krishna
translation,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Okay,
Yes.
Mataji. Pranams.
Yes.
Thus, in the Skanda Purana, it is said, O hunter, these qualities such as non-violence are not astonishing because the persons who engage in devotion to the Lord will never cause affliction to others.
Yes, this shloka has come in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Srila Rupa Goswami has quoted this shloka, but he is referring to a story behind it. Let us see what that story is. And I need the answer of one question related to this story. Is that about whom is this story about? Okay, let us read this paragraph, then we can discuss. Yes, Mataji, please go ahead.
In this connection, there is a story in the Skanda Purana about a hunter who was converted into a great devotee under the instruction of Narada Muni. When the hunter became a perfect devotee, he was not prepared to kill even an ant. Parvata Muni, a friend of Narada's, saw the wonderful transformation of the hunter by devotional service and remarked, My dear hunter, your unwillingness to kill even an ant is not very astonishing. Any person who develops the devotional attitude has all the good qualities automatically manifested in his person. A devotee is never a cause of distress to anyone.
Whom are we talking about? Whom is this story about?
Maharishi Valmiki.
Mrigari the hunter.
Yes, this is
Mataji.
not. There are two incidences, similar incidences, where both of them were shikaris, both of them were hunters. One is, just as Prabhuji was saying, Valmiki Rishi, and other was Mrigari. But this story specifically is about Mrigari. So, what was the nature of Mrigari? He not even used to kill the animal completely. He used to half kill them, and he used to relish when they used to be we say jhatpata rehte for them. Yeah, they used to suffer for their life, or at least for their death. They wanted that, but he was not even giving them death. That was the position of Mrigari. But when he was guided by Narada Muni, see the importance of a spiritual master in our life. And Mrigari's story teaches us so many things. If we start talking about the story of Mrigari, the lessons to be learned are uncountable. So many, you can go on telling so many lessons from it. Even this 1 hour will not be sufficient. Okay, so let us not dive deep into that. But this story of Mrigari shows the importance of, first of all, the importance of a guru, a spiritual master in our life. What changes can a spiritual master do in our life? Wonderful changes. So what happened after he came in contact with Narada Muni? What changes happened in him? He gave up all his sinful life. He was asking Narada Muni that, oh, if I give up this thing, this is how I feed my family. If I give up this thing, how will I feed my family? And Narada Muni said, the Lord will arrange for you. And what happened? As soon as he gave up that hunting job of hunting, the people around, they observed the changes in Mrugari, and they themselves started to bring food for them. Every day, so much so that after a few days, there was so much food that his complete family was not able to finish that food. So this is how Krishna arranges, right? And what was the change that happened gradually in Mrugari? He was not willing to even kill a ant in his life. So when once he was sitting in his house or near somewhere in that village, and when he saw Narad Muni and Parvat Muni, both of them were approaching towards him. He was so desperate to meet them. Yeah, he ran towards them. But how did he run? How did he run? He was very careful not to put a foot on any of the insects on the ground. Yeah, so that was his mind set. What had changed so much that he was very much aware of not even putting his foot on any insect. The same thing was also observed in one more person. Can somebody tell me? That he was very cautious about putting his foot on the ground and not making any of not killing any of the animals.
Jada Bharat. Jada Bharat.
Yes, Mataji, very nice. Yeah. So Jad Bharat also, yeah, there is Bharat Maharaj in his third life. After the life he got as a deer. Then when he was carrying, who was that king? I forgot the name.
Rahugana.
Rahugana. So when he was carrying Rahugana, he was that palki, that this thing was shifting left and right because Bharat Maharaj, Jad Bharat, was very cautious of putting his foot. So these qualities will automatically come. So non-violence, compassion.
Akrur Maharaj was very much cautious to put his feet on Vrindavan. Akrur Maharaj, when he was taking Krishna Balram to this Mathura.
Okay.
That is also a story.
So how was he cautious about that?
Means he was praying to the feet of Krishna Balram. That is some different story. He was going to their feet, like Krishna Balram feet in Mathura.
Okay.
In Vrindavan.
Correct. When he was going to bring Krishna and Balram from Vrindavan, he was not willing to bring them to Mathura. He was very much worried about Krishna and Balram. But that is not directly in relation to what we are talking just now. Okay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Let us go ahead. Next one. Yes. Divya Desai Mataji.
Also in the Skanda Purana, it is said internal and external purity, austerity, sense control, peacefulness, and other desirable qualities take shelter of person who desire to serve the Lord. Hare Krishna.
Just by the desire to serve the Lord, all these processes will come automatically. Yes, naturally. Once you desire to serve the Lord, you know that, okay, you should be pure, you should be clean, you should perform your sense control. You are ready to give up chai, coffee, then anda, machi, whatever. You are ready to give up that because you desire to serve the Lord. And these qualities will manifest. Yes, please read ahead, Mataji.
Sri Rupa Goswami affirms herein that purification of consciousness, purification of bodily activities, austerities, peace of mind, etc., all become automatically manifest in the person who is engaged in devotional service. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So hope these points are clear, not very much to explain over here. Okay, now comes a very interesting part which we all like to discuss n number of times, that is 9 kinds of devotional service, about which Srila Rupa Goswami also speaks in his Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. So let us go ahead. Next is Virendra Prabhuji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. 9 kinds of devotional service. Sabhaktir Eka Mukhya. Can you read English?
Directly read the blue color, Prabhuji. No need of
Bhakti taking shelter of one principal anga or many angas according to one's desire and practiced with steadiness brings about the desired result, bhava and prem.
There are so many limbs of devotional service. Out of them, even if one limb is caught up or held by a person and is performing that particular limb very seriously, very sincerely, that is sufficient to make progress in his devotional life, even to the level of bhava and prema. right? What to say if you are performing all the processes of devotional service, right? So let us read what Srila Prabhupada is talking about that. Please read, Prabhuji.
Sri Rupa Goswami affirms herein that there are 9 different kinds of devotional service which are listed as hearing, chanting, remembering, serving, worshipping the deity in the temple, praying, carrying out orders, serving Krishna as a friend, and sacrificing everything for him. Each and every one of these processes is so powerful that if anyone follows even a single one of them, he can achieve the desired perfection without fail.
So important. Even if one follows a single limb of that devotional, that these 9 processes, he can get the desired perfection. What is the shloka? Can anybody recite this shloka related to these 9 processes? Very simple, very famous shloka.
Prahlad Maharaj
Shravanam
says,
Kirtanam.
Smaranam Kirtanam Vishnu Archana.
Complete shloka without
Smaranam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam
Shravanam. Starting with Shravanam.
Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakhyam Atmanivedam.
Hari Hari. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. Okay. That is still a half shloka. In connection, there is a next shloka also, but okay, this much is enough for today, for this particular.
Prahlad Maharaj says this to Hiranyakashipu when he asks,
Ah.
what did you learn in the Gurukul?
Correct. Yes. So these are the 9 processes of devotional service. Shravanam, Kirtanam. You can hear about Krishna. You can chant Krishna's name, sing Krishna's name. Vishnu Smaranam. You can remember Krishna in every aspect of life. Pada Sevanam. You can do the deity worship. Then what? Archanam. Performing Arti. Vandanam. Praying to him. Dasyam. Right? Performing as a servant. Serving Krishna as a servant. Sakhyam. Treating Krishna like a friend. Atma Nivedanam, that is surrendering everything. Krishna, you are the only shelter. You can do whatever you like with my particular life, my life. Okay, that is how these different processes. So you can perform any of this. The most simplest thing is what? Hearing. Need not do anything else. Hear about Krishna. But the Yuga Dharma, the Yuga Dharma for Kali Yuga is what? Chanting. So hearing, chanting, that is Shravanam, Kirtanam. Kirtanam is the Yuga Dharma. So hearing and chanting. When you sing, you hear also, right? So the first 2 things, hearing and chanting, are the main easiest things that can be performed for progressing in the devotional life. And even after that, if you can perform the other further processes of devotional service, that is like the cream on the cake, like that, right? Okay, let us read ahead.
Okay, for example, if one is attached simply to hearing about the Lord and another is attached to chanting the glories of the name, both will achieve their desired goal in devotional service. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, this has been explained. One may execute 1, 2, 3, or all the different processes of devotional service, and at the ultimate end, he will achieve the desired goal of being established in devotional service. Hare Krishna.
Okay, so this is understood. Let us go ahead now. Next, who is going to read? Prashanti Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Mataji. Dandat Pranam. Mataji, shall I read the
Yes,
shloka?
now here we have to read the shloka, because I have dropped the translation, because we'll directly read what Prabhupada has given in the with this thing.
Sure, Mataji. Tatra ekanga yata gartantare viishmo shravane parikshid bhavad vaisyakahi kirtane prahlada smarane tadangri bhajane lakshmi pruta pujane आक्रुरस्त्व अभिवन्दने कपिपते दास्यते सक्य अर्जुनः स्वात्मा निवेदाने बलिरभूत् कृष्णोक्तिरेषं परा. There are concrete examples of how a devotee discharged one of these services and achieved perfection.
Okay. We are going to read, Mataji. Yeah, just 1 minute. I want to ask you this question. If you know, It's already, many of the names are visible in the shloka itself. But yes, let us discuss in Shastras what are the different examples quoted, or even in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, what are the prominent examples we remember as soon as we hear about that particular process of devotional service. Like, I'll just stop the share for some time. Okay. Like if we talk about Dasyam directly. So who do we
Hanuman
remember
Mataji.
immediately?
Hanuman.
Hanuman Mataji.
Yes. If we say Sakhyam, who do we remember?
Arjun.
Arjuna.
So let us like
Arjun
that.
Mataji.
Let us see
Sudama.
if we can remember from the beginning. So first is hearing. Shravanam.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Parikshit Maharaj.
Yeah,
Parikshit
because
Maharaj.
he was ready to hear
Shaunaka,
about
yes, Mataji.
Krishna. Yeah. Even when he knew just that I have only 7 days to live. Right? If we come to know that I have only 1 month to live, forget about 7 days. If I know that next 1st February I am going to die, what will be my agenda? First of all, I will make my bucket list. ये करना बाकी रह गया, ये करना बाकी रह गया. I wanted to do this, wanted to do this. I wanted to go to this and this place. Yeah, I have not tried this. I wanted to perform something which I was desiring from my childhood. I couldn't do it. Yeah, I want to invite all my relatives at my home. I want to give a grand party, and I want to be with my all my. So we will have so many plans because I have such a less time. I want to do this, and this. But what was Parikshit Maharaj wanting to do? Just hear about Krishna. Okay, even when Shukdev Goswami, after 2-3 days, you can see when once he reaches to Canto 6, 7, and those things, what happens is that Shukdev Goswami sometimes he wants to narrate something as a summary. Okay, so he informs Parikshit Maharaj, okay, this and this is the gist of what I'm going to tell you. But then Parikshit Maharaj is still so attentive. He says, no, don't tell me the summary. Please elaborate in detail, because everything is related to Krishna. The more you can tell, I want to hear everything about Krishna. So even though he was fatigued, even though he was not having any food, even though he knew that his death is so close, but he was completely conscious about what he is hearing. And even when Shukdev Goswami wanted to cut it short, he said, no, please explain it to me in more detail. I want to hear more about Krishna. That is the way, that is why his name is coming for Shravanam. Yeah, why our name is not coming Shravanam, Sitarani Devidas? No, Sitarani Devidas is not doing any Shravanam. Yeah, hardly some few minutes in a day. That is not sufficient. Right? That is why his name is coming for Shravanam. Okay. For Kirtanam, whose name is there? Naturally?
Shukdev Goswami.
Shukdev Goswami. Because he is narrating Bhagavatam, he is narrating about Krishna, and Parikshit Maharaj is hearing. Okay. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam.
Prahlad Maharaj.
Anybody else? Please
Prahlad
allow
Maharaj.
somebody else also to reply. So we can have multiple answers from different people.
Narad
Yes.
Maharshi Mataji.
Sorry, yeah,
Narad
is also there,
Maharaj.
but still that name which Rupa Goswami also quotes is about Prahlad Maharaj. Okay,
Prahlad
then
Maharaj.
what is that? Shravanam Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, Pada Sevanam. Nobody can
Lakshmi
take
Devi
that
and
place.
Lakshmi
Lakshmi
Devi.
Devi, Pada Sevanam, Lakshmi chhodti nahi hai apni jagah. She will never leave that place. She'll always be doing Pada Sevanam. Yeah, she's always sitting at the foot of Sri Vishnu. Okay, then Archanam.
Mataji, for Padasevanam, can we also say Tulsi Mataji? Because Tulsi is always at the feet of the Lord.
Lotus feet of Krishna. Yes, Mataji. But still, Tulsi is there. Yes. But Lakshmi Devi is at every moment she is there. She'll never leave Krishna's feet and go. Yeah. So her
Okay,
name is
Mataji.
always there. Yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Mataji.
Archanam.
Pruthu Maharaj.
Pruthu Maharaj, yes, because he had taught us the way to perform Archanam in Bhagavatam. When you read Pruthu Maharaj's face on this thing, we come to know that. Okay, Archanam. Vandanam.
Akrurji. Akrur Maharaj. I know that is him speaking.
No, I want somebody else to reply because we need to think. Vandanam, he was always ready to worship Lord Krishna. His name comes from Akrurji. Just as Prabhuji was giving he was narrating about Akrurji, that how he was so thinking about Krishna, that what is the way that I can avoid taking Krishna to Kamsa's place. And he was praying to the lotus feet of Krishna. Please do something. I don't want you to take. I don't want to become the medium who has taken you from your such a wonderful life into the hellish life. So please do something. So he was continuously praying. Therefore, for praying, for Vandanam, name comes of Akrura.
There is a Akrur Gaman Marg between Vrindavan and Mathura. Akrur Gaman.
Yes, there is Akrur Ghat also. Akrur, his that lake also where Krishna entered that lake, and when he came back, original Krishna remained in Vrindavan, and his shadow went to Mathura. Right? Okay. That is why we say Krishna never leaves Vrindavan. Okay. Then Vandanam Dasyam. Naturally, we discussed Hanuman. Nobody can take Dasyam place from Hanuman. Sakhyam is Arjuna. We have already discussed. Atmanivedanam, complete surrender to Krishna. Anybody else? Gopis. Okay.
Bali Maharaj. Ambrish Maharaj.
Amrish Maharaj. Amrish.
Okay.
Bali Maharaj.
Ambarish Maharaj is also correct. But Ambarish Maharaj's name comes for performing all the 9 processes. So that we are going to read that also today. But Ambarish Maharaj's case is a very special case. He's performing everything. Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam, everything is performing. So his name is very special for all the 9 processes. But specifically for Atma Nivedanam comes the name of Bali Maharaj. Why Bali Maharaj's name comes? Because even he was a asura, and he was when Krishna came in the form of Vamana Dev, he was informed by his spiritual master that this is Vishnu. Please don't attend him, otherwise he will take away everything from you. But still, Bali Maharaj says, "Oh, if it is Vishnu, I am most happy to serve him. Yeah, if he wants anything, even if he wants my life, I am ready to give him my complete life. I can give up my life for Vishnu. So whatever Vishnu desires, whatever Krishna desires, I am going to give it to him." And that is why he was ready to give everything to Krishna, and therefore his name comes for as a Atmanivedan. Yes, Mataji, but we have already discussed. Mataji, please read it quickly.
Yes, Mataji.
Means
King
Bali Maharaj was a good demon. Means he didn't mean all the demons fought with Vishnu, but Bali Maharaj peacefully gave to Vishnu. Like means Vishnu didn't
Who
fight
is
with
Bali
him.
Maharaj? Do you know who is Bali Maharaj?
He is the Parpota of Prahlad Maharaj. Means you can say what you call. He is the grandson of Prahlad Maharaj.
Grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So his qualities are naturally coming to Bali Maharaj. So he was also pure devotee of Lord Krishna. Therefore, he could give up everything.
Peaceful demon.
If you are not in devotion, you cannot give this. Right? He was not even having a little bit of you can say
Ahankar.
the pride of being a asura or being the king of the entire universe. He has already taken Svargalok from Indra. He has taken every position of all the demigods. He was ruling the entire world, but still he was not having that pride, and he was ready to give up everything. This only a devotee can do. A non-devotee cannot do this action. Okay, Purusha? Yes, Mataji, please read.
Yes, Mataji. King Parikshit achieved the desired goal of life simply by hearing Srimad Bhagavatam. Sukadeva Goswami achieved the desired goal of life simply by reciting Srimad Bhagavatam. Prahlad Maharaj became successful in his devotional service by always remembering the Lord. Lakshmi, the goddess of fortune, was successful by engaging herself in massaging the lotus feet of the Lord. King Prithu became successful by worshipping in the temple. Akrura became successful by offering prayers. Hanuman became successful by rendering personal service to Lord Ramchandra. Arjuna became successful by being a friend of Krishna. And Bali Maharaj became successful simply by offering all of his possessions of Krishna to Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you,
Now
Mataji.
comes the very famous shlokas of Ambarish Maharaj. Very beautiful, very melodious shloka. Does anybody know to recite this shloka? Anybody knows? No? Okay, I'll sing it. Actually, this one S is missing. I don't know how I just copied it.
Can I try?
Okay, yes.
Okay. Anekanga yatha navame eva Manaha Krishna
Savai mana.
Padaravinda.
It should be Savai mana Krishna. Savai
Savai
mana
mana manaha.
Krishna Padaravindayor. Please write it in this way.
Kavai manaha Krishna Padaravindayor. Vachansi Vaikunta Gunanuvarne. Karau Harera Mandira Marjanadisu. Shrutim Chakarachyuta Shatakathodaye. मुकुंद लीलांगलया दर्शने दृशौ तद्भृत्या
Yeah. Prabhuji, is it okay if I
गात्रस्पर्श.
recite it? Is it okay?
Okay, yes, you need to do it.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it goes like this. Janki Mataji, you have raised your hand. Will you be able to recite it in that manner?
Can I, Mataji? Yes, I can try.
You can try, yeah. Savai,
I can.
S
Yes.
is missing, yeah. S is missing, yeah.
Okay. अनेकांगयत नवमे सवै मन कृष्ण पादारविन्दयो वाशांसि वैकुण्ठ गुणानुवर्णने करौ हरेर मंदिर मार्जनादिष्टुं श्रुतिं चक्राच्युत सत्कतोदये मुकुंद लिंगालय दर्शन दृशो तद्भृत्य गात्र स्पर्शेण संगमम् ग्रानं च तत्पाद सरोज सौरभे श्रीमत्तुलसी रसनं तदर्पिते पादौ हरे क्षेत्र पादानुसर्पणे शिरो ऋषिकेश पादाभिवन्दने कामं च दाशेन तु काम्यय यथोत्तम श्लोक जनाश्रयरथिः.
Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. This 3 shlokas about how Ambarish Maharaj ruled.
Mataji, your voice is very low.
Just a minute. Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
Can you hear now? Is it big enough?
Can hear, but very low, Mataji.
Okay. Now is it okay?
Yes.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. Yeah. So these 3 shlokas about Ambarish Maharaj indicate how each and every limb of his body, even his mind, all the senses, how he engaged all the senses in the service of Lord Krishna. That is why he is counted as the epitome of devotional service. He is performing all the 9 processes of devotional service by all his senses. So we will not discuss these things in detail because it takes a lot of time for discussion, but it is narrated by Srila Prabhupada in very beautiful way. So we'll just read it. Please be in a concentrated mood to read. Yes, Mataji, please go.
There are also examples of devotees who discharged all the different items together. In the 9th canto, 4th chapter, verse 18, 19 and 20 of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a statement about Maharaj Ambrisha, who followed every one of the devotional processes. In these verses, Sukadeva Goswami says, King Ambrisha first of all concentrated his mind on the lotus feet of Lord Krishna and then engaged his speech in describing the pastimes and activities of the Lord. He engaged his hands in washing the temple of the Lord. He engaged his ears in hearing the transcendental glories of the Lord. He engaged his eyes in seeing the beautiful deity in the temple. He engaged his body in associating with the pure devotees of the Lord. When you associate with someone, you have to sit down together, eat together, etc. And in this way, the touch of your body with his body is inevitable. Ambrisha Maharaj made his association only with pure devotees and did not allow his body to be touched by anyone else. He engaged his nostrils in smelling the flowers and tulsi offered to Krishna, and he engaged his tongue in tasting Krishna Prasada, food prepared specifically for offering to the Lord, the remnants of which are taken by the devotees. Maharaja Ambrisha was able to offer very nice prasada to Krishna because he was a king and had no scarcity of finances. He used to offer Krishna the most royal dishes and would then taste the remnants as Krishna Prasada. There was no scarcity in his royal style because he had a very beautiful temple wherein the deity of the Lord was decorated with costly paraphernalia and offered high grade food. So everything was available and his engagement was always completely in Krishna consciousness.
Though Srila
Should I
Prabhupada
continue,
mentioned that
Mataji?
he had all these facilities, he was a king, he had everything ready for him, whatever he wanted to cook and offer, he was able to do it. He has his own temple in his courtyard, so he could go and worship the way he wanted. But these facilities were possible for all the kings, is it not? But then whether all the kings were performing such devotional services, that intention of serving the Lord, that desire to serve the Lord, that willingness to surrender to the Lord, that faith in the Lord, that love for the Lord was not found in all the kings. So even though like other kings, Ambarish Maharaj was also having all the facilities, but he was willing to utilize those facilities for the worship of Krishna, for the service of Krishna. That makes him a special case. Okay. Otherwise, everybody, just like this Ambarish Maharaj, there is also the case of Janak Maharaj. Janak Maharaj he is also considered one of the 10 Mahajanas, 12 Mahajanas. So Janak Maharaj was also utilizing all his facilities for the service of Krishna. Yes, Mataji, please read ahead. 1 minute. Is there somebody else who wants to read? Those who have not read till now? Okay, Mataji, you may continue. Janki Mataji.
Shall I read, Mataji? Prashanti.
Okay, Prashanti Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. The idea is that we should follow in the footsteps of great devotees. If we are unable to execute all the different items of devotional service, we must try to execute at least one of them as exemplified by previous acharyas.
Even
If
if
we
are
are
not able to do anything else, at least we can chant the names of Krishna. Yeah, we may not have deities at home, we may not perform deity worship, we may not be able to go to the temple very frequently, we may not be able to associate with other devotees to take the advantages of their devotional life. Yeah, but what we can do is we can sit in one place. Even if you cannot sit, if somebody is bedridden, he can at least in his mind think about Krishna and take Krishna's name. So what minimum can we do? Shravanam and Kirtanam. That at least we can do, if not all the processes. Yes, Mother.
If we are engaged in the execution of all the items of devotional service, as was Maharaja Amrisha, then the perfection of devotional service is guaranteed from each one of these items. With the first complete engagement, one becomes automatically detached from material contamination and liberation becomes the maid servant of the devotee. This idea is confirmed by Bilva Mangala Thakura. If one develops unalloyed devotion to the Lord, liberation will follow the devotee as his maid servant.
Yeah. But if you are performing this devotional service, ahaituki, without
Your voice is low, Mataji.
I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Yes, it was low. I thought it was my phone which I wanted to ask.
No, what is happening when you are reading? No, this voice is very big for me. So I'm reducing my volume. And then I forget to increase the volume when I'm speaking. That is the point. Okay, yes. I hope I am audible now. Yeah.
Yes,
okay.
Mataji.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So what is the case here? Even Bilva Mangal Thakur is telling, even Prabhupada is telling that if we perform any of these devotional services, liberation becomes our maid servant. Dasi ban jayega. That means once you, I want liberation, liberation will come to you. Once you will get liberation. But this will happen only when you are performing this devotional service without the desire of liberation. If you are performing the devotional service with the intention of liberation, that means it is again a business. Okay, I will serve you, you give me liberation. Yeah? So that way is not going to help. So when you are doing devotional service ahaituki, without any desire, apratihata, without any break, every day, every moment you are a devotee of Krishna, then this liberation, going to higher planetary systems, even going to Vaikuntha, it's not a big deal. Yeah. Very nice. Yesterday there was one lecture of Chaitanya Charan Prabhu. I couldn't attend it, but I heard the summary from my Prabhu. So in which he's told that in Bhagavad Gita, what is Krishna telling in the initial pastime, in the initial chapters? Krishna is telling, okay, I will give you this knowledge because you are my friend, because you are my devotee. No, I will give you Nishkama Karma Yoga. I will tell you. I will tell you Jnana Yoga. I will tell you Ashtanga Yoga. I will tell you how to perform bhakti. I will tell you everything. And Krishna tells everything. What is this? What is this? What is this? The entire Bhagavad Gita, we all know how Krishna explains, goes ahead in the explanation of that. And later in the last chapter, when Krishna says Sarva Dharman Parityaja, Krishna says, okay, I've given you all this knowledge, but don't worry, even if you're not following any of this, but you are just coming to me. Come to me, I am your father, you are my son. You just come to me without any of this, even performing any of this, but you just come and surrender to me, and I will take care of everything. I will take care. Whether you want liberation, I will give you. Whether you want all the riches, I will give you. Where if you want to go to Swarga and take over Indra's position, I will give you. If you want to come to me and stay with me in Goloka, I will give you that position. What you need to do is just come to me. Don't do anything else. So like that, if we are doing this bhakti without any motivation, then this liberation is such a small thing. It is nothing in front of this bhakti. But what does a devotee want? He doesn't want liberation. A devotee wants to just serve Lord Krishna. That is sufficient for him. Okay, the last part of this chapter. Yes. Anybody? Padma Mataji want to read?
Yeah, Mataji.
Okay,
But I can't
please.
read the sloka, Mataji.
No, directly the blue color, the translation of the shloka.
Okay. Hare Krishna. Some people call Vaidhi Bhakti in the path of rules Maryada Marga, since it is bound by strong limitation of the rules mentioned in the scriptures. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, you have to read a little more, but I'll just tell you.
Yeah, I'll read.
Yeah. Vaidhi Bhakti is what? A path of rules. There are two types of Bhakti. Vaidhi Bhakti and, yes, what is the second one?
Sadhana Bhakti.
No, Vaidhi Bhakti means Sadhana Bhakti.
Raganuga Bhakti.
Raganuga Bhakti, Mataji.
So one is Sadhana Bhakti, which is called as Vaidhi Bhakti. Other is Raganuga Bhakti. So Vaidhi Bhakti or Sadhana Bhakti is called as Maryada Marga, because there are limitations, there are rules and regulations, and we have to follow those rules and regulations because we don't love Krishna. If we spontaneously start loving Krishna, what will happen? We will become Raganuga Bhaktas. We will become pure devotees of the Lord. Then automatically that love will come from our heart for Krishna. But that is not happening. Therefore, Krishna has given, Acharyas has given us so many rules and regulations to follow, so that there is a sense of awe and reverence. Yeah, Krishna is at the higher position. We are at the lower position. We are his devotees. We are his bhakta. We are his servant. You are my eternal master. These are given because otherwise, if these rules and regulations are not there, you will not do anything. Just a simple example. One father enters into the house after a long maybe journey, or he has done some too much of physical work, and he's very much exhausted, and he's entering the house. And his small daughter, 5-6 years daughter, she sees father has come, and he is so exhausted. Please mute, Mataji. I'll ask you to unmute later. That echo is coming for me. Yeah. So what happens? This small little girl, she's so affectionate to her father. She loves her father so much that she runs into the kitchen, asks her mother to give her a glass of water, and with her small hands, dropping a little bit drops on the ground, she runs with the glass of water and gives it to the father. What is this? This is spontaneous love. Nobody is telling her to do that, right? But in some other scenario, there are some guests coming to the house, and the mother has to tell the daughter, a little bit grown up daughter, that see, it is a good habit to serve water to whoever comes to your house. So whenever somebody comes to your house, what you should do? First, offer them jal, offer them water. This is a rule. This is etiquette, Vaishnava etiquette, or even simple etiquette. And the girl learns that when somebody comes in the house, I have to offer water. And that becomes her habit. So anytime anybody comes, she will come first, go and offer water. Then maybe whatever next breakfast or chai, coffee, whatever is there in their house, right? So that because that rule is there, she knows that I have to serve this person, any person who comes to my house. That is what our acharyas has done with us. They have set forth the rules and regulations because that spontaneous love is not coming. And therefore, all these limbs of devotional service, Vaidhi Bhakti, Sadhana Bhakti, the rules, the 64 limbs of Sadhana Bhakti, why are these given? Because at least when we know that this is a rule, we will follow and we will serve Krishna, and someday we will develop that love for Krishna. That is why these rules and regulations are given. Okay, so this ends with the chapter. One more paragraph is there, I hope, suppose. Yeah, 2-3 lines that will
Is Vaidhi Bhakti and Navavidha Bhakti one and the same? Navavidha Bhakti and Vaidhi Bhakti
Yes, what is
synonymous?
Navavidha Bhakti?
These 9 types of devotion
Huh.
is one and the same.
Yes, these are the processes given because spontaneous love is not coming. Yeah? Yes, Mataji, please read this last paragraph.
Yes, Mataji. Sri Rupa Goswami says that the regulative principles of devotional service are sometimes described by authorities as the path of serving the Lord in opulence. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay, so that is what is sadhana bhakti is. So this completes the chapter. The next chapter, the henceforth, Srila Rupa Goswami narrates about the Raganuga Bhakti. So sadhana bhakti, the limbs of devotional service, all completes over here. So it's already time, but I will take just 5 minutes more to just quickly summarize the entire chapter. So I've made a small PPT for that. Let us go to that PPT, and in 5 minutes, there are only 3 or 4 slides, not much. So let us go through those slides and complete the chapter. Okay. Yeah, is this visible? Hopefully.
Yes, Mataji. Yes,
Okay.
Yes, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Of chapter 14. So the first thing what Srila Rupa Goswami mentions is about in this chapter is about knowledge and renunciation. So he says that knowledge and renunciation. Where is my cursor? Okay. It's not coming. Yeah. So knowledge and renunciation, these limbs, these ways of so-called devotional service are helpful only in the initial days of bhakti, because when that love for Krishna is not yet manifested, or even the process is not manifested, what is required? The knowledge about Krishna, or the some sort of renunciation, some sort of austerities. They are given to those people in the initial days of bhakti, but later they are not helpful because they do not enhance the devotional attitude or devotional qualities in the devotee. They may be full of mental speculation and artificial austerity, because when you say knowledge, the knowledge which is conducive for enhancement in the devotional service is a correct spiritual knowledge. But not all knowledge is helpful to get more closer to Krishna. Many times mental speculation comes, why this, why not that, why this thing is mentioned in this Vedas, why this thing is mentioned in these Puranas, why these two are not matching. So what you try to speculate, and when speculation comes, yeah, bhakti is gone. You are just trying to do it as a very knowledgeable person. The effect of bhakti is lost over there. Same with the austerities. When you try to do more and more austerities, what happens? These things make a person's heart very hard. So okay, this has to be performed like this. Okay, morning arti has to be done like this only. So if a person is not able to do it, no, what you are performing, you are not performing the correct limb of bhakti. You are not a good devotee. So it makes one's heart hard. The sentiment is lost. Therefore, knowledge and renunciation, those are not considered as the limbs of bhakti. So devotional what is important is the attitude or the desire to serve Krishna. So devotional service itself is the only way of advancing in devotional life. Practicality, that is what I told you in the initial, at the beginning of the session, that it is practical aspect of bhakti is more important just than bookish knowledge. Yeah. So devotional service is important. Okay. What do mental speculators do? Those who project themselves as very knowledgeable person, what do? They actually neglect the process of devotional service. They think only if I have such and such knowledge, I know everything. They try to defeat others in philosophical research, but at the same time, they fail to develop the ecstasy of devotion. This all we have covered. Prabhuji must have covered in the previous session. Okay. But what is there for the devotees? The devotee is always engaged in my loving service, Krishna says, with his mind fixed on me. And therefore, the cultivation of knowledge or renunciation is not the means of achieving the highest perfection. How can a devotee achieve highest perfection? Just by performing loving devotional service towards the Lord. That is sufficient. This is what Srila Rupa Goswami told about knowledge and renunciation. Then other material benefits. What does it talk about other material benefits? He says that the other benefits, like benefits from the fruitive activities, benefits by performing some austerities, benefits of doing some charity, mystic yoga, and so many other factors. They are automatically achieved by a devotee. Okay, but their desire, but they can get it. They can get riches. They can get liberation. They can get so many things. But the devotee, he does not desire those things. He desires nothing outside of Krishna's devotional service. And a sadhaka, sadhana bhakta, having attachment to material enjoyment. See, because we are not pure devotees, so material attachments are there. Till you follow the process for many, 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 many years, these attachments do not go. So what happens? Krishna says, or even Srila Rupa Goswami says, that once he starts discharging the devotional service, he gets freed from all these material attachments. Automatically, that attachment with that particular material thing goes away. That way, he becomes a renunciate. He is not renouncing his life. He is not renouncing, he is not leaving his house. But the attachment to his things, this is my car, this is my house, this is my money, that attachment goes off. Then he wants to utilize everything for Krishna. His house he wants to utilize for arranging different sessions in the house. His car he wants to utilize for book distribution for Krishna. And so many things, right? Yeah, and all this, once again, under the guidance of spiritual master, unless he is guided properly through the bona fide chain of discipline in the disciplic succession, he is not able to perform these things. Okay. So also Prabhupada explains that total all your sense enjoyment to Krishna consciousness. Whatever you have, whatever qualities you have, whatever different things you have, utilize everything for Krishna. That is how we can reduce our attachment for material things. Just as I said, if you have a very big house, you have a very big bungalow, utilize that bungalow for performing Krishna conscious activities. And that attachment for that particular, that this is my property. No, when Krishna comes, that my becomes his property. This is not mine. This is only given to me for his service. That becomes, that changes come in the devotee gradually. Then next thing in this chapter, it is told about Yukta Vairagya and Falgu Vairagya. When you utilize everything in the service of Krishna, it becomes a Yukta Vairagya. You are not attached to those things, but you are utilizing it for Krishna. Just as, for example, this laptop, this Zoom, we are utilizing for conducting such classes, such sessions, not for enjoying some movies or some other unwanted things. That is how Yukta Vairagya works. The principles of devotional service and rules and regulations should not be neglected. But while performing all these Yukta Vairagya things, performing all these devotional activities, you should never forget that you have to be abided by the rules and regulations of the devotional life. Because we are sadhana bhaktas, we are not raganuga bhaktas, so we should go by the rules and regulations. Okay. One cannot independently manufacture some idea of what should be accepted and rejected. Falgu Vairagya. Otherwise, oh, I don't like this, I have rejected. Right? I don't eat banana, I have rejected banana, eating banana. See, I'm never eat banana because, I've given it up. I've renunciated it. That is why you have not renunciated it for Krishna. It's that you don't like it and that's why you have renunciated it. So it should not be we who decide what should be accepted and what should be rejected. Okay. And bhakti is accomplished by dependence. Bhakti that is accomplished by dependence on wealth, followers, or other objects cannot be considered as Anga or Uttama Bhakti because it destroys the pure nature of Uttama Bhakti. Okay, you should not be Ahaituki. Your Bhakti should be Ahaituki. You should not desire for wealth. You should not desire na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says. So you have to follow that. Okay. Then next is what I'm not able to see. Saintly qualities. So what happens? How can this is what we discussed today. So we'll just go through it very quickly. A Krishna conscious person, that is a devotee, automatically acquires all saintly qualities. We have seen this. Okay. Then, sorry, it's coming. Yeah. Saintly qualities do not automatically generate love for Krishna. You may have saintly qualities. That doesn't mean that you are a devotee. But love for Krishna does get generated for saintly qualities. But when you are devotee, those qualities will automatically manifest. For example, vegetarianism. We discussed about vegetarianism. And we discussed the Shastric example of Brigari. And also we discussed about purity, austerity. These will automatically come in a Krishna conscious person. Then we saw about the 9 kinds of devotional service. Yeah. In that, we also all these Shastric examples, hearing Parikshit Maharaj, chanting Shukdev Goswami, remembering Prahlad Maharaj, praying Akrura, worshipping the Lord's feet Lakshmi Devi, deity worship Prithu Maharaj, servitude Hanuman, friendship Arjuna, and complete surrender Bali Maharaj. And above all, we saw that all 9 processes were cultivated by Maharaj Ambarish. Okay, so this is what is there in this particular chapter. If I hope I was able to produce whatever Srila Prabhupada has explained to my best capability, and hope you have understood a little bit of that. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, Prabhu, I'll try to answer. I may
Very
not
small
be
question. I have heard a story of Bhrigu Rishi. So he kicked Vishnu's Vatsalanshan, and so it is said this 10 avatars Vishnu has to take. Or is it the Durvas Muni and Ambarish Maharaj story? Means why did means why did Vishnu take the 10 incarnation? Is it because of Bhrigu hit Vishnu's chest, or Ambarish Maharaj, that story, Durvas Muni? Do you know that why Vishnu took the 10 incarnations?
There are not only 10 incarnations. There are
Yes,
so many
yes, that I
incarnations.
know, the prominent 10
But
incarnations.
yeah, whenever Krishna says no, whenever and wherever there is decline of religion, I take my birth. Yeah.
Yes, but the story
Protect
behind
my
it.
devotees. See, Krishna doesn't require any reason. There are so many reasons behind a particular incarnation. There may be a
Yeah,
particular
but
reason behind a particular
is there a
incarnation.
story behind it like that?
No, I'm not aware.
Is there a story like that? Bhrigu Muni hit Vishnu's chest, or like that, or Durvas Muni cursed Ambarish Maharaj, or like that?
Durvasa Muni had, sorry, not Durvasa Muni. Yeah, Durvasa Muni had put banged his leg on Krishna's feet. No, that is why that Sri Vatsa Chinna comes. Am I correct, Mataji? Medavini Mataji? I don't know the story of Bhrigu Rishi.
Yeah, that is that story is that pastime is Bhrigu Muni wanted to find out who is the supreme personality of Godhead. So he went to Brahma Loka, and he just abused Brahma by he just went there, and he did not offer respect to Brahma, and so basically he abused, like it happens that he does not give respect to Brahma, and Brahma considers it as an offense. So anybody, the supreme personality of Godhead is that person who tolerates all situations. Bhrigu Muni goes to Brahma Loka. Yeah, then he goes to Shivaloka, and then he actually abuses him by saying that you are there in crematorium, you are having snakes around you and all. He abuses by words. So Shiva gets very angry, and then Bhrigu Muni actually goes to Vaikuntha Loka, and he kicks Lord Vishnu in his chest. But Lord Vishnu says, my heart is quite hard. So did you get hurt when you kicked me? And then Bhrigu Muni understood that so there was only a lack of respect given to Brahma, and that was not that only Brahma got offended, and Shiva got offended by words. But Vishnu did not get offended even after being like hit in the chest or kicked in the chest. So finally, this is just to, I mean, it's not that Shiva got this thing and all, but this is only to just prove a point that Krishna or Vishnu is the supreme personality of Godhead. And that's the pastime. But I don't know any connection between the avatars and that. That's what even I'm not sure. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah,
Hare Krishna. So yes, Prashanti Mataji, you have a question? Please go ahead.
Yes, Mataji. So Mrigari is there, no, Mataji. So what he must have done to get the mercy of the great devotee Narada Muni to bless him, Mataji, to show him the right path?
It is the causeless mercy of a pure devotee, which he showers on different people. So wherever there is Narad Muni is just roaming about, and wherever he sees a person devoid of devotional service, he goes and showers his mercy on him. That way he goes to Mrugari, that way he goes to Valmiki Rishi, and because of the association of this pure devotee, they get converted into devotees.
So even to get the mercy of pure devotee, we should have some mercy. I mean, what do we say exactly, Mataji? The blessings of the Lord for that also.
It's like, even devotees of the Lord are more merciful than the Lord himself. So in many cases, Krishna says, "Oh, you are not following this rule. Okay, I'm not related to you." But the devotees will say, "Please, my Lord, he is a very wonderful person. Please give him one chance. Please shower his mercy on him, and Lord will give mercy to him also." So mercy of the devotees of the Lord gets showered, because that is why it is called as mercy. No, the meaning of mercy itself is that they just shower it on you. There is no rules and regulations to gain the mercy of the Lord. But because we desire to have the mercy of the Lord, we need to follow some rules and regulations. Okay, it is not that I will just sit like that and Krishna's mercy will come. Okay, I will just desire the mercy and I'll get the mercy. No, some actions has to be performed for it. There is one very beautiful story. I'll just take 2 minutes. There is a
Mataji, your voice is very low, Mataji.
I'm so sorry. And today I don't know what is. Okay, I'll remove this. Okay, is my volume good enough now?
Yeah, now better.
Yes, Mataji. Yes, Mataji.
I should have done this quite earlier. Yeah. So there is some crisis in the no, the flood is there in a small village, and there is one devotee of the Lord. There is one pujari of a temple. And so people tell him, "Oh, the water is rising. Come, let us. I will take you with us." He says, "No. I am a devotee of Krishna. Krishna will come to save me." Okay, then they leave that place. Then after some time, the water rises so high that he has to climb on the top of the temple. It's all, the water is all over the place. All the houses and all are around below the water, and this person is sitting on the top of that temple. And the safeguards, those guards come with the what is that, boat to save people. So they come and they tell him, "Come, we have bought a boat for you. Please come down. Sit in this boat. We'll take you to the safest place." He says, "No. I am a devotee of Krishna. Krishna will come to help me. I don't want your help. He is there. He will come. He will come. He will come." And ultimately, it happens that he drowns in the flood. The water rises so much that nobody is able to save him, and he drowns. And then when he goes and meets the Lord or Yamaraj, and he says, "Why did Krishna not come to help me?" So Yamaraj says, "He came in so many different avatars, simple villagers, then your well-wishers, your relatives, even the guards who bought the boat for you. Specifically, he came in the form of the guard to bring you out of that particular flood. You never responded." So the mercy of the Lord can flow in any manner. It may be through the devotees, but it is mercy. Okay, there is no rule for a mercy. How can I gain mercy of the Lord? No rule. If I perform 24 Ekadashis, okay, all 12 months, 24 Ekadashis, if I perform, I will get the mercy of the Lord. There is no rule like that, right? Similarly, there is no rule for punishment of the Lord also either, correct? Because if I remember correctly, I'm just taking, it's already a time up actually. Yeah, in case of, Prahlad Maharaj and Dhruva Maharaj story. Someday I will just narrate if possible. There in Prahlad Maharaj, for Hiranyakashipu, what was the benediction given to Prahlad Maharaj? Okay, all your forefathers will be liberated. They are going back to God. And in case of Dhruva Maharaj, when Dhruva Maharaj is in the 9th chapter of 4th canto, Krishna tells Dhruva Maharaj that, "See, you go home now. After a few years, your stepmother will, your stepbrother will die when he's going for hunting. And your stepmother will become mad and she will run, and she will get burnt in the forest fire." Okay, so the mercy shown to a devotee, to both the devotees, is in different way. Okay, the backstory of that is very elaborate, but just as mercy flows in different ways, similarly the punishment also flows in different ways for different people. Okay, so that only the Lord and his pure devotees can answer or can tell how it flows. But for us, what should we do? We should desire for mercy, but we should go on acting in that way to give that mercy, right? We should follow all our regulative principles properly. We should follow our sadhana, do our sadhana bhakti properly. And we should, naturally, that mercy will flow. And we can observe that, we can realize that in so many situations when I can be very distressful, or I can be devastated, I don't get devastated. Why? Because the mercy of the Lord is that He protects us from so many situations. But we do not understand those things. Okay, Mataji, I can tell you more, but the time limit is there. So, yeah.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Mataji. I think we can stop here, Mataji, now. It's too late.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Yeah, we got a little late. So, Hare Krishna. So, thank you, Mataji. Very wonderful session as always. Tomorrow we'll meet at 10:55 a.m. and we'll start with our 15th chapter of Nectar of Devotion. So, last couple of sessions, we request devotees to join in so that we're going to complete until the 19th chapter by next Friday. That's the plan. So please do join us every day, and thank you all for participating in the sessions by reading, by asking several questions and all that. Thank you very much. Mancha kalpatarubhyascha, kripa sindhubhyeva
पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो
उपस्थित गौर
जय सीतारानी माता की जय अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. On the first day of the year, to the Association of Sitarani Mataji and other devotees. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Happy New Year, everyone.
Thank you all. We'll meet tomorrow.